Hey everybody, good morning. Dr. Bruce Guillory here with Health Source Chiropractic in Atascocita, coming to you on Thursday, January 27th. And hope you guys have had a great week so far and everybody's healthy and getting healthier if you're not currently healthy. And we're rocking along here at Health Source and enjoying taking care of you guys, your friends, your family, your loved ones. Thank you so much for all the referrals. Lately, we've had a lot of family referrals where you parents have brought in your kids to us. And believe me when I say I totally get how big that is, because you're trusting us with the people you love the most, and we take that very seriously, and we're always committed to providing the best care possible, and that certainly won't stop when you refer in your loved ones, right? Okay, so today I want to talk to you about screen time. So had a mother in who brought her son in to us the other day, and I was adjusting him, and he was hanging on to his cell phone. And it's funny, I was about to try to grab my cell phone from somewhere, and I'm talking to it though right now. Anyway, he was hanging onto his cell phone, and when he went to turn onto his side, he was still hanging on. I said, "Hey, let me take this from you." And as I often jokingly I said, "Let me take your pacifier and put it over here for a bit." And then we got on the conversation because the mom started talking about learning how to communicate verbally versus via text all the time. And I can remember the conversations I would have with my son, who was a little more on the shy side. I can remember having these conversations with him and telling him, "Hey, listen, when you go for job interviews or when you're talking to your bosses, when they ask you a question, you can't answer in text. You've got to be able to look them in the eye and communicate verbally. So practice that and put these screens down." Why am I talking about screen time today though? Because one of our pillars of wellness is to rest well. And so many of us in our culture these days are scrolling on our phones until we decide it's time to go to sleep. Like you'll have it on your nightstand or you'll have it in your bed and then you'll put it on your nightstand, and you've been scrolling through Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and whatever it is. We're scrolling through emails and checking everything before you go to sleep, checking your notifications. That is absolutely, without a doubt, the worst way to try and get a decent night's sleep or rest. It does no good for you. The other thing that I see sometimes is people that have issues with waking up in the middle of the night and not being able to go to sleep. They're on their Facebook, on their phone, typing that in. Worst thing you can do is expose yourself to that blue light again in the middle of the night. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Keep those phones away. So recently, in the past couple of months, I've taken my phone away from my nightstand and put it on my vanity in the bathroom and put it on the charger in there, so that I'm not even tempted to do that when I wake up in the middle of the night, or I'm not tempted to lay there in bed scrolling until I decide to go to sleep. If I have to text anyone, I do have a watch and I can voice text, or I can have an AirPod in my ear and I can voice text without looking at a screen. So there's ways to get around it. As a matter of fact, I recommend, studies would suggest that it's important to turn all screens off, your TVs, your laptops, your iPads, your smart devices, turn them all off about at least an hour before you go to bed. And turn down your lights also and make things a little darker in your house, wherever you live, so that your body starts preparing yourself to get good rest. If you're constantly being stimulated visually with the phones and whatnot, all the way up until time to go to sleep, your body is not prepared for good rest. So my suggestion is twofold. One, shut your screens off an hour ahead of time. Two, don't put your phone right by your bed. Just get it away from the bed. Some people say, "But it's my alarm." You know what? They have these other things that are called alarm clocks. There are other watches that don't have to be smart devices necessarily, that have alarms on them. There's a lot of different ways you can wake up, okay? So yeah, find a way to shut down your screen time. I'm going to tell you about one other study also, because I'm really into technology-free meals. When you're eating meals with your loved ones, gosh, I hope if you're a family, you make everybody put their phones away and don't even bring them to the table. Because there was a study done where they took people and they set them up in a situation where they were to have a conversation, and they had two groups. One group, they set a smartphone on the table that didn't belong to either one of the two people having the conversation, and the other group, they had no phone visible. This phone wasn't on, wasn't either one of the two participants, and it was just sitting on the table in sight. After they had this conversation, two groups of people having these conversations, they asked each couple to rate the quality of the depth of their conversations. Guess what? Invariably, the people that had a smart device on their table rated the depth and quality of their conversation as less than the folks that had no smart device in view. And these things are powerful. They're really great. I mean, gosh, when you need to look something up, boom, it's right there, right? You need directions somewhere, boom, it's right there. It's very, very handy. But it can also be very damaging to relationships. It can be damaging to your mindset. It can be damaging to your rest. So Dr. G's recommendations today are start finding ways to limit your time on smartphones. Take a weekend off from social media. Just delete all your social media apps off your phone. It's easy to reinstall them Sunday night or Monday morning. It's really easy. Take a weekend where you get rid of your social media apps and you're not looking at social media all weekend. I might even do that this weekend, as a matter of fact, now that I think about it. You guys have an amazing day. Listen, I've got a really cool looking recipe on this email that's called creamy poblano chicken. If you know anything about me, you know that I've fallen in love with the poblano peppers. They're a little more spicy slightly than the bell peppers, but they're not up to a jalapeno. So it's a little bit of a kick, but not much of a kick. So pretty much every recipe that I have that calls for a bell pepper, I use poblano pepper now, just because I like it better. It's got a little different flavor and again, a little more kick. So this is called creamy poblano chicken, and you can serve it over let's say cauliflower rice or some zucchini noodles, zoodles as they call them. And it's got mushrooms in it and it looks fantastic. And it is on my menu for this weekend. It's one of the things I'm gonna cook this weekend. A couple of weeks ago, just so you'll know, one of our recipes of the week was chicken chile relleno, which has a poblano pepper chopped up in it. And I gotta tell you, it was outstanding. I cooked it at my place, it was good. I brought some up to Christina, and she's not even a big fan of that type of concept of that type of soup, and she loved it as well. So these recipes we're sending out to you are healthy, and they're really, really good. So give them a whirl. Let us know if you did. Let us know what you liked about it. Let us know if you changed it a little bit too, okay? All right, today's Thursday. We're going to be in this afternoon. Got a super busy afternoon, and then we'll be in, of course, for Half Day Friday tomorrow. Y'all have an amazing weekend. One last thing. This weekend, there's a gym that opened up here in our shopping center called HotWorks. Some of you are aware of that. They're having their grand opening from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We're going to have a booth out there where myself and some of the team are going to be out there doing some different things. That's HotWorks right here in the same shopping center of us. It's right next to the Tex-Mex restaurant called El Jimador. They're in the big building that's on our property. So come out and check out HotWorks and come say hi to us too, okay? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.